The potency of volatile anesthetic agents is determined by how soluble these agents are in lipid or fat, and that is a factor known as the oil gas partition coefficient. It is strongly correlated to the minimal alveolar concentration or MAC, and it's something that you need to understand. Fundamentals of anesthesiology with me, Pat Nelligan. Understanding gases and vapors. Solubility of anesthetic agents in blood and tissues. This tutorial is on the oil gas partition coefficient. Welcome back. Previously, we looked at the solubility of anesthetic gases and vapors in blood and plasma, and I discussed the blood gas partition coefficient. Low solubility is associated with more rapid onset of action, and that is important for inhalational induction. But other factors are important also, temperature and cardiac output. I moved on to the FA, FI, and steady state. In this tutorial, I'm going to introduce the concept of MAC, drug potency, the oil gas partition coefficients for various different agents, and why potency is less important than solubility. By necessity, I need to introduce you to a concept that I will cover in detail in the next two tutorials, and that is the MAC. MAC officially stands for minimal alveolar concentration, and it refers to the exhaled percentage of volatile agent, not the concentration, not the partial pressure, at which 50% of patients will not move in response to a surgical stimulus. There is a lot of nuance in the inter and intra-patient use of MAC, and that will require a detailed discussion. But for the time being, let us assume that this is the number that most anesthesiologists use as a general target for their volatile anesthetics. If you have spent one day in the operating room, you will be familiar with this concept. The MAC is followed with a semi-religious fervor. All of you know, for example, that the MAC of sevoflurane in a 40-year-old male is 2%, isoflurane 1.15, desflurane 6%. Remember that volatile agents like oxygen are measured in percentage terms, which is great because it's universal. But be aware, gas is normally measured in partial pressures. You will notice two things. As volatile agents become less soluble in the blood, the MAC increases. That effectively means that the dose of volatile agent required to achieve surgical anesthesia is higher the more rapid the onset of action of the drug. The agents with the lowest MAC are methoxyflurane and halothane, and you can follow the chart to the agents with the highest MACs. Also, this translates to higher partial pressures. If you are administering 6% desflurane, this means that 6% of alveolar gas is occupied by the drug, around the same as carbon dioxide or water vapor. That's 6 kilopascals or 46 millimeters of mercury. You must take this into account with your oxygen dosing. The maximum amount of alveolar oxygen in that situation is about 82%. The reason why MAC is different for different agents relates to their potency. So let's look at that. The way we look at drug potency is the oil gas partition coefficient. The oil gas partition coefficient is the amount of anesthetic that dissolves per unit volume of oil, and it's calculated out as the ratio of the concentration of that anesthesia in oil to that of gas at equilibrium at 37 degrees. And again, the lambda is used to describe this. The concentration is the amount of gas in the specific unit. That would typically be millimoles or moles per liter, keeping in mind that the partial pressures are at equilibrium, but the concentrations are not equal. So partition coefficients tell us how much dissolves in one phase versus the other phase when partial pressures are equal. It's also dimensionless. Originally, olive oil was used to measure the oil gas partition coefficient, but nowadays it's octanol. And the bottom line here is that oil gas partition coefficient is a measure of lipid solubility. If we go back to the MAC and the oil gas partition coefficient, you will notice a striking relationship. There is an inverse relationship between the MAC and the lipid solubility. The most potent drug, methoxyflurane, is the most oil soluble. The least potent drug is desflurane, and it's the least oil soluble. The higher the oil gas partition coefficient, the lower the MAC. The lower the MAC, the more potent the drug. I'm now going to sidetrack for a few minutes to look at an old concept in anesthesia, and this is known as the lipid theory of anesthetic action. Around 1900, Hans Meyer, who's on the left, and Charles Overton on the right, both noticed that across a wide range of unrelated compounds, anesthetic potency was closely correlated with lipid solubility, and that led to the Meyer Overton hypothesis. And the simple concept of that theory was that the brain is full of lipid bilayers, the brain is lipid rich, anesthetics dissolve in lipid solubility predicts potency, therefore, anesthesia must result from interaction with membrane lipids. This has, of course, changed as we have learned so much more about physiology. And we now understand that lipid solubility predicts access to hydrophobic binding pockets in proteins. In other words, receptors. So within these lipid areas, we have our receptors, GABA A receptors, glycine receptors, NMDA receptors, 2-pore potassium channels, voltage gated sodium channels. And these are the receptors and the channels through which anesthetics actually work. So why is the lipid thing important? And I'm going to try and illustrate this. In this cartoon, we have 4 components. On the top is the blood, then the interstitium, and then the receptor for general anesthesia embedded in fat. Anesthetic agents that are insoluble in the blood enter nervous tissue and they want to escape. They leave the blood easily but encounter significant resistance to entering fat due to their lack of lipophilicity. Thus, higher concentrations of volatile agent is required to obtain adequate depth of anesthesia or MAC, but the onset time is fast due to the rapid transfer out of the blood into neurological tissue. In comparison, highly lipophilic agents are also highly soluble in the blood. Those molecules are generally uninterested in leaving the blood. For those molecules that do leave the blood, penetration of fat layers is easy and relatively low dose is required to have an effect. Nevertheless, due to blood solubility, the onset of action is slow. Here are the oil gas partition coefficients and MAC values reproduced side to side, but perhaps it's easier to look at it this way. The lower the oil gas partition coefficient, the higher the MAC. So what's more important, potency or speed of onset? In my view, no brainer. There is no question that speed of onset and offset is far more important than lipid solubility and potency in modern clinical practice. That's why all those modern anesthetic agents were invented. Although the high MAC values may dilute alveolar gas, particularly desflurane, this is easily resolved by increasing FiO2. But on the other hand, the low blood gas partition coefficient and the high oil gas partition coefficient make Penthrox devices, that's methoxyflurane devices that I showed you previously, used in emergency medicine and with paramedics. It makes them very useful because there's low risk of actually giving the patient a general anesthetic and very little agent is required. This is how I have always looked at blood gas partition coefficient versus oil gas partition coefficient. Low versus high solubility drugs. The low solubility drugs, such as sevoflurane or desflurane, are very fast acting, but they need a lot of molecules to have a satisfactory effect. That's the equivalent of the car on the left. It has a big V6 petrol engine. It goes from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds, but you use up loads of petrol getting there. Highly soluble agents are like the small car on the right. They have small engines, but they require very little fuel to move from A to B. The problem is, it takes a long time for them to get up to speed. Of course, you could argue that when you use the sports car, you use up more vapor. That's expensive. It may be more harmful to the environment. But of course, most of that vapor is recycled these days in circle systems, and we have less time spent in the operating room waiting for the patient to go asleep or wake up. Now let's review this tutorial. In this tutorial, I introduced the concept of MAC, minimal alveolar concentration. I discussed the relationship between drug potency and oil gas partition coefficient, and we looked at different agents and their different oil gas partition coefficients. The higher the oil gas partition coefficient, the more lipid soluble the drug, the lower the MAC. Finally, I explained why potency is much less important than solubility. Next time, we're going to look in detail at MAC, the history of MAC, the various variants of MAC, and MAC and neuromuscular blockade. Join me then, and I guarantee you'll learn something.